green plants as organisms. It's divided into nutrition, the role of hormones, and the transport of water in plants. First, nutrition. Plants convert carbon dioxide and water into food in the form of carbohydrates. That process is called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is an essential process, not just for plants, but for all life on Earth. As you watch the following clip, note down the substances that plants use up during photosynthesis and what they produce while they're doing it.
Photosynthesis is something no animal can do. Carbon dioxide from the air seeps into the leaves through pores, called stomata. It reaches tiny granules, chloroplasts, that contain a green chemical, chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the key to photosynthesis. It uses energy from sunlight to bond the carbon dioxide to the hydrogen in water brought up from the roots. The result is carbohydrates, sugars and starches that the plant can use to grow. But photosynthesis also produces oxygen. Every day, each person on the planet needs to absorb several hundred balloon volumes of pure oxygen from the air. And we each produce several hundred balloon volumes of carbon dioxide. So the Earth's atmosphere is in a constant balance. Plants recycle our carbon dioxide, and we recycle their waste oxygen. Plants, humans, and animals across the planet need each other.
So, during photosynthesis, chlorophyll in green plants bonds carbon dioxide, taken in from the air, and hydrogen from water. Plants use the energy from sunlight to convert the carbon dioxide and water into carbohydrate and oxygen. The carbohydrate is in the form of glucose, some of which is used as food, but the rest is converted to starch and stored. The oxygen is given off and used for respiration. This is the word equation for photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide and water produce oxygen and glucose in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Sunlight provides the energy, while chlorophyll is the catalyst for the reaction. Now let's think about the rate of photosynthesis. The word rate describes how fast a process is happening in a certain time. The more photosynthesis occurs, the more food is produced and the more growth happens. The amount of living tissue produced is called biomass, normally measured in grams or kilograms. As you watch the next clip, see how growers control the rate of photosynthesis to increase yield or biomass.
5 a.m. At one of Britain's biggest tomato nurseries, it's time for breakfast. Over the next hour, these plants will suck up most of the 50,000 litres of water they will need for photosynthesis today. It's pumped to their roots. This is photosynthesis running at full speed. In nature, the rate of photosynthesis is always limited by a shortage of light, water, or carbon dioxide, or because the plants are at the wrong temperature. But here, everything's controlled to boost plant growth. Since they started, they've managed to push the plants to yield 8 times the crop they would grow in a field. Pat Smith is the production supervisor. She leads a team of 8 full-time tomato pickers.
Well, basically, we give them everything that they need to grow. All the light that they want from the high greenhouses, heat from pipes on the ground, and carbon dioxide from the tubes, which shoots out at little pinpricks at the side, and all they've got to do is grow.
The plants have everything, except soil. This is a hydroponic nursery, and the roots grow directly in running water. Here is living proof that plants can grow out of thin air. Last year, these plants used photosynthesis to turn carbon dioxide and water into 800 tons of tomatoes.
The rate of photosynthesis is normally limited by one or more of the following factors: the amount of light, the temperature, and the amount of available carbon dioxide. As well as photosynthesizing, green plants also respire. Respiration is the process by which energy from food is released within cells. Both food and oxygen are required for respiration, and carbon dioxide and water are produced. At the same time, energy is released. While green plants can only photosynthesize during daylight hours because they need sunlight, they can respire 24 hours a day. The next clip proves it.
Just like animals, when plants respire, they use oxygen in the air and produce carbon dioxide and water. But in the light, plants photosynthesize too. So to investigate the gas exchange and respiration alone, I'll have to do the next experiment in the dark. No light means no photosynthesis. This cylinder passes pure oxygen down this tubing into a bell jar. There's no carbon dioxide in there at all. Another tube passes the outlet gas through this bicarbonate indicator. Left overnight, if the plant is producing carbon dioxide, the indicator will turn yellow. So, sure enough, just like us, this plant is producing carbon dioxide.
Let's compare the equations for respiration and photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is carbon dioxide plus water gives glucose and oxygen in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. Respiration starts with glucose plus oxygen and gives carbon dioxide and water with energy released. If you look carefully, you'll see that respiration is the opposite of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis needs energy from the sun to take place. It uses carbon dioxide and water as raw materials. It's a building up process, with larger carbohydrate molecules being made from smaller molecules of water and carbon dioxide. Oxygen is a waste product. Respiration is the opposite. It releases energy and transfers it to the cells. The raw materials it starts with are carbohydrate and oxygen. Respiration is a breaking down process because larger carbohydrate molecules are broken down into smaller carbon dioxide and water molecules. Carbon dioxide and water are the waste products. There's more about plant nutrition in the higher tier programme. That's the end of the section on plant nutrition.